Have you ever thought about taking all that experience, the stuff you've built up in your corporate career, and using it in a totally new way, like where you are actually in charge?
Hmm.
Today, we're diving deep into exactly that, how you can transform that corporate experience into, well, a successful consulting career.
Yeah.
We'll explore the journey, some key steps, and maybe even a few surprising parts of making the switch.
Yeah, and our goal today really is to give you a clear roadmap, some actionable insights, so you can see how your skills, your knowledge, can open up some pretty exciting new doors.
The doors you maybe didn't even know were there.
Exactly. We'll draw on expert views, real-world examples, just to help, understand what's really important here.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. It sounds like this isn't just finding a new job title, is it? It seems bigger, more like a fundamental shift for people who've been in the corporate world for a while.
That's precisely it. It's less about just a career move. It's more about actively, consciously redefining your professional identity, your purpose even.
Right.
For a lot of seasoned corporate pros, yeah, consulting represents a really significant moment, a chance for, let's say, career reinvention.
That phrase, career reinvention, rings a bell. There's a book, isn't there? Something specific on this.
Oh yeah, Herminia Ybarra's book, Working Identity. It's got some really valuable perspectives on this.
Working identity.
Yeah, her work basically highlights that figuring out your next professional step isn't just about like planning it all out on paper.
Uh-huh.
It's also about experimenting, actively trying new things, seeing what fits, learning from, those real experiences.
So it's definitely not just polishing the resume then. It's deeper.
Wow.
Exploring who you want to be professionally in this next stage.
Mm-hmm.
This idea of a second act where you really leverage all that hard-won wisdom.
Yeah.
It's pretty appealing. It's like you've got this amazing toolkit,
Yeah.
right? And now you get to decide exactly how and, importantly, where you want to use it.
Precisely. And to make that concrete, think about someone like John Doe.
Yeah.
He was a CFO.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just retiring, he took all that financial know-how and started his own consultancy. Now he advises small businesses.
Ah, interesting. So he found a need.
He found a need, exactly. And he realized his years of corporate finance experience were directly applicable just in a different playground.
That's a really great example. It really highlights how crucial it is to find your specific niche, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
You can't just say, I've got corporate experience. That's too broad. It's about finding that sweet spot where your unique skills meet what the market actually needs. So, okay, if someone's listening and trying to figure this out, what questions should they be asking? Is it just, what am I good at? Or is there more to it?
It's definitely more.
Yeah.
Think about the problems you consistently solved in your old job, the things maybe others struggled with.
Okay.
What specific feedback did you get that pointed to a particular strength? Or, what areas do you just naturally gravitate towards? Where do you add value almost without thinking?
Ah, I see. So digging into those patterns of impact. Got it. Okay, once someone gets a clearer picture of that, what's next? How do you actually make this consulting thing happen?
Well, building on that value you've identified, the next big step is communicating it effectively.
Right.
And that usually means developing a strong personal brand.
You mean like making sure your online stuff, LinkedIn especially, really shows what you offer, not just a list of old jobs.
Exactly that. It's about positioning yourself, showing you're an expert in your field.
How, though, practically?
Well, maybe you share insights, write articles on platforms like Medium, perhaps,
Mm-hmm.
or jump into relevant discussions online, industry forums, maybe even look for chances to speak at events, virtual or, in person.
Okay.
Doing that stuff proactively really boosts your visibility, makes you seen.
That makes total sense. You're basically showing your expertise, not just claiming it, signaling to potential clients, hey, I've got valuable stuff to share.
Precisely.
And I'd guess that your existing network, all those corporate contacts, that must be absolutely vital.
Oh, 100%. Relentless networking. It's essential. Those connections you already have, that's a treasure trove.
Right.
Don't hesitate. Reach out to former colleagues, old bosses, even clients maybe. Let them know what you're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
Go to industry events, join professional groups. These are all ways to find leads, get referrals. Honestly, often your first consulting gigs, they come from people you already know.
That's such a key point. You're not starting cold. You have this whole web of relationships you've built. Okay, but while this all sounds great, really promising, I can also see a potential downside, like the lines between work and life getting blurry when you're the boss.
That is a critical point.
Yeah.
You absolutely have to set clear goals. And boundaries, very important.
Yeah.
When you go into consulting, that typical 9 to 5 structure,
Yeah.
it vanishes. Poof.
Gone.
So it's totally on you to create a new framework.
Yeah.
Define your work hours, figure out when you're available for clients, and then, crucially, stick to it for your own sanity, for that work-life balance.
That self-discipline sounds absolutely key. And I suppose the learning doesn't stop either, right? Just because you're out of the corporate structure.
Oh, not at all. Continuous learning, adaptation,
Mm-hmm.
that's vital for staying relevant in consulting long-term.
Mm-hmm.
Things change so fast in business. You've got to keep up with the latest trends, new tech, evolving best practices. It's the only way to keep providing real value.
Okay. Now let's talk about some of the maybe surprising bits. I heard things about the earning potential. Potentially quite different.
Yes, this is often fascinating for people. There's potential for a significant jump in earning power.
Really?
Yeah, many consultants find their specialized knowledge lets them charge hourly or project rates, say $100 to $300 an hour, maybe even more.
Wow.
Think about it. A project that might have been handled by a mid-level manager inside a company as a short-term consulting gig, it could pay you at a rate that, effectively doubles what your old hourly wage worked out to be.
That's a really compelling difference financially.
Yeah,
Okay. But it's not just money, is it? There's this whole lifestyle appeal too.
precisely. Flexibility is a huge draw. Consulting often gives you a level of freedom that's just hard to find in most corporate jobs.
Like working from anywhere.
Yeah, maybe working remotely or
Yeah.
structuring your own schedule how you want it. And being able to pick projects that actually interest you, that align with your skills,
Yep.
that can make a massive difference to your, overall quality of life.
And I remember reading something kind of quirky that many consultants actually say they work fewer hours but feel more satisfied. That sounds almost too good.
It is a bit of a quirky finding, but
Yeah.
yeah, many report exactly that. It often comes down to the focus.
Focus.
Yeah, consulting work is usually very focused. You're brought in to solve this specific problem, achieve that defined goal. Once it's done, the gig ends.
Unlike corporate life where responsibilities can feel endless sometimes.
Right. It contrasts sharply with the often more scattered responsibilities and, frankly, the internal politics you find in big companies.
That control aspect over your work, your time, seems like a massive motivator for people thinking about this. Okay, let's widen the lens a bit. Are consulting opportunities mostly just like advising big companies, or is it broader?
That's a really important question. Thinking creatively here is key. All that corporate experience. It can be incredibly valuable in places you might not immediately think of.
Okay.
Don't just limit yourself to the classic corporate consulting image.
So where else? Where else could someone with that background make an impact?
Well, think about nonprofits or educational institutions, even, say, creative industries.
Interesting.
These sectors often desperately need strategic guidance, leadership skills, specialized knowledge, the exact stuff someone from corporate has in spades. Imagine applying your business know-how to help a nonprofit thrive. That can be incredibly rewarding, right? Using your skills for a cause.
That's a fantastic point. You might find a different kind of fulfillment, maybe even more, applying your skills outside the usual profit-driven world. And what about digital tools, expanding reach that way?
Oh, absolutely crucial today. Think about using digital platforms to reach more people, amplify your impact.
Like how?
Maybe develop an online course or run webinars sharing your expertise.
Right.
That lets you reach a huge audience, build your brand as a thought leader in your niche.
And potentially creates another income stream too.
Exactly. It's a powerful way to establish yourself as the go-to person in your area.
So bringing this deep dive kind of full circle, making the switch to consulting, it really sounds like a journey. Self-discovery, professional reinvention, taking all that amazing experience you've gathered and using it to build something new, something that really fits your vision of success.
That's it, exactly. Harnessing all that hard-earned knowledge, those skills, to create something new, meaningful, something that truly resonates with you personally and professionally.
So for anyone listening who's, seriously mulling this over,
Mhm.
what are those first practical steps? We talked about really getting clear on your skills, your passions, what makes you unique.
Yeah, that's absolutely step one, ground zero. After that, start thinking strategically about your personal brand.
Uh-huh.
How do you want to present yourself, your expertise?
Okay.
And, like we said, critically important, start actively using your existing network. Talk to people. Those connections are just incredibly powerful. Don't sit on them.
Right. Don't be afraid to reach out. Okay. That leads us nicely to our final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. Thinking about everything you've learned, all the skills from your corporate life, What's one specific area where you think your experience can make the biggest difference? Maybe in a new role, maybe even in a setting completely outside that traditional corporate box you've been in? It's about, imagining the unique contribution you could make in this really exciting next